Okay, we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ian and Kyle Play Versus System.
Incorrectly.
Incorrectly. I was going to say, what didn't I fix this? Oh, I didn't upload this shit again. I need to work on that.
It's okay. It's not like we had an amazing Turn 2 play last week that I want to watch again.
Did we?
It's fine. You
I
forgot
don't
the
even remember. Yeah, I haven't been reviewing or
Oh my gosh.
uploading the streams because I'm a bad person.
Well,
So,
that's all right.
fixtheupload.com. That's what we are this week.
Fixtheupload.com. It is so. It is so, and it is beautiful. Bear with me one moment. I'm looking for the final piece of the deck selection puzzle, and it will not be that deck, nor that deck. But one of these decks, it will be. Nope, not that deck either. Could be that deck. How was this deck?
Alright. Kyle's got 3 decks.
I do have 3 decks. Do we have anything we need to talk about before decks, or are we good to just...
I don't know. Usually I have stuff to talk about because I've reviewed the videos, but I haven't been reviewing the videos.
That's true. That's
I've
true.
not been doing my streaming homework.
That is true. That's all right. That's all right.
I saw The Circle this week. It was really, 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 really awful. Don't go see that movie.
What prompted seeing that?
Well, my buddy was in town for a couple of days this week. I think you knew that.
I did know that. I was with you, that far.
You suggested it. I don't know. No reason not to, I guess.
None that you knew in advance.
Yeah, sure. Going in. I mean, it seemed perfectly. Tom Hanks is in it.
Yeah,
Why do you have an awful Tom Hanks movie?
That is impressive.
The Circle answers that question.
Yeah, well, there you go. It's funny, I remember watching the trailer and kept feeling like it was going to go somewhere that would be interesting, and then when the trailer was over, I'm like, well, the trailer didn't take me anywhere interesting. But it implied that there might be something interesting in the film.
That's kind of how the movie was.
Yeah.
It dared to ask the question, what if there was like this ubiquitous social network that was kind of invasive and creepy?
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, okay. What if that? And then it went, I don't know.
It just is. It went, I don't know. That's a thing that could happen. Yeah. Did we talk about The Arrival at all? I forget if you.
I've seen The Arrival.
I did finally see The Arrival.
Okay, we should talk about it.
Yeah, I really, really liked The Arrival.
It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah. It was I will say this. I think perhaps one of the biggest things that I can say to its credit, just checking
movie reviews.
Yeah, we're good. Okay. To its credit, was simply that usually when a movie is so hyped from so many sources, I usually find it to not live up to that hype. I've actually had this true be things from things that win critical acclaim as well. I tend to become very skeptical. There's like the right amount of critical acclaim where I'm like, that's probably something I would enjoy, and then there's the amount of critical acclaim where I'm like, something's clearly wrong here. Like there's something in here that people feel I need to rally around. But with The Arrival, I was not disappointed. And that is uncommon.
It wasn't amazing, but it was good. It was solid.
Sure.
I don't have complaints.
Yeah. I don't know if I would say staggering masterpiece, but I would go above where you went. Maybe not all the way to amazing, but somewhere between.
It was clever. It did that thing that almost no modern sci-fi movie will dare to do. In that
it wasn't an action movie.
It respected its audience.
Yes.
It didn't lay out in simple terms all of its premises so that you could follow along.
It was definitely a respectful
better
film.
Experience.
I don't want to spoil it on the off chance somebody's watching this that hasn't seen it, but it definitely does a very good job of, I think the best science fiction. I mean, there's 2 kinds of science fiction. There's a kind of science fiction that's like aliens blow shit up, and we get Independence Day from that. That's fine. I enjoyed the original Independence Day. And then, I don't know what's happening there. Is it some
just getting stuff on stream, making sure we're live?
That's right.
Because
right. If we aren't,
I'm seeing on the stream that it's 3 decks side by side.
Yep.
May as well be a JPEG image.
Sure. And there's staggering verbal accompaniment, of course, but that's not always summed up in the image.
We have it turned off so that we don't get that weird echo effect that we get sometimes.
Yeah. We don't want that. But I think the other route you can take science fiction is, of course, that it's not about what it's about. That there's meat to the premises behind it. And Arrival certainly fits into that category. But I do think it did so quite well, and I wasn't spoiled for anything going in. It was a movie that I did actually a pretty good job at avoiding marketing, and so the various twists and
Well,
turns.
the
I'd say,
marketing
were
was
pretty effective.
interesting, and I think they did a very good job with the marketing.
I agree.
Is they basically didn't show anything.
Right.
So, I didn't know what the movie was about.
Yep.
But I knew there was something they couldn't show me, and that made it interesting.
Right. I do think it retained that the whole way, and there were definitely some. There was a moment. It's always hard to tell with any kind of movie where there's a moment when you realize something. I guess you just say there's like a realization, and I can't tell if I got it at the point where only smart people figure it out, or if it's the part where they want you to think you're smart because you figured it out.
Sure.
But I love that. That's great. Like, and at the end I'll be like, well, I guess I was kind of smart for figuring it out at this point and piecing it together here. But ultimately, I think that just means the movie's smart. And I did enjoy it. So, definite thumbs up for me on that one. And I'll probably take your word for it on the Circle. I watch a lot of movies. For those who don't know, I'm actually a pretty big movie buff. I have quite the collection of films, and I do love film. But
I can't remember a movie bad enough to compare it to. That's the Circle.
Like here, I'll tell you my fear with it. My fear with it was not necessarily that it was overtly bad, but that it would just be utterly bland. It looked like a bland film. Like there's the kind of film that's bad where it's like overtly bad writing or acting.
It was that.
Oh, okay,
yes.
all right. Well, that's not maybe.
And
then there's kinds of bad films which are like just uninteresting, which in me, for some ways, I think is the worst. Yeah, see, that's the worst for me. Because I actually own and enjoy some films that are bad by that first metric, that are like poorly acted, because sometimes you get cheese out of it, sometimes you get unintentional cheese out of it.
Right. Well, I mean, this had like great people in it, like famous people.
Yeah, like
I'm beginning to suspect, people give her a lot of credit. I don't get it yet.
Yeah.
I don't think Emma Watson's a good actress.
Yeah, I'm not convinced either. I didn't see the new Beauty and the Beast.
She was good, dabbling in mediocre in Harry Potter, but she was a kid.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, that's how kids are.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like she's that way just in general.
Yeah. I've not seen... Have I seen much that she's been in besides the Harry Potters? I don't know. Like, she was a serviceable Hermione, but like you said, it's one of those things where maybe that's just her, and it's not her acting, it's just her. And sometimes that's enough to be compelling, to just be compelling being yourself. I mean, some of the greats that have done this, John Wayne did it, Jackie Chan does it. Jackie Chan's just like, I'm just Jackie Chan, here I am in another movie, and most people are like, yeah, I want that. I just want more of him being him in Jackie Chan movies. But then maybe you end up with people like Emma Watson, where that character works so well when balanced by the other characters in the Harry Potter universe, or at least moderately well. But when on her own, you end up with Hermione Granger in a Tom Hanks movie.
Well,
and it doesn't make any sense.
She was really, I mean, she was the only character that was in all of the movie, which is kind of weird because you have like Tom Hanks, you have Patton Oswalt, you have, what's his name? Boyega.
John Boyega.
I
think John Boyega.
And they're like, "Hey, I'm in this movie. See you later." And it's just like, well, what was the point of that?
Yeah, I think Emma Watson, and we don't necessarily have to get overtly political on the stream necessarily, but simply like she espouses a lot of views that are, I would say,
anything about her views.
She is an extremely outspoken advocate for modern feminism. And as a result, she's actually spoken to the UN about this, which granted isn't worth that much anymore. You get a lot of people do it, but she was like a...
Why would an actress speak to the UN?
Well, that's a great question, and I'm glad you asked. Nobody really has the answer to this. It's one of life's great modern mysteries as to why Emma Watson would speak to the UN, but she did, and she talked about women's rights, and now everybody loves her. So I'm not sure she said anything particularly substantive or brilliant in what I've heard, but she believes it all very vehemently and very passionately.
Substantive is not a word.
It is today. And substantive might be the correct word. That's the one, yeah. I just needed some more T's in there.
Substantive.
Substantive is close. I got there. But in any case, regardless of
maybe that's why she's popular.
I think that plays into it. I think people see her acting like a strong woman in front of the UN.
Man, this movie is a terrible blow for feminism. Then
there you go. There you go.
And of course, Guardians 2. Did you see that yet?
I have not.
Oh man, That is not an intelligent movie, but it's fun.
That's
and entertaining.
That's really what I want from Guardians too. I feel like there's different kinds of smartness. I mean, I would actually argue the first Guardians, and maybe you disagree, I think the first Guardians was fun, but smart in the ways it needed to be. It wasn't intellectual. It wasn't like, I didn't walk out of it being philosophical, but I felt like its treatment of the characters were intelligent. When you look at the humor surrounding a character like Drax, it was actually intelligent humor. You know, when you think about like the, I would what was he talking about? Nothing goes over me. I would grab it, and do not call me a thesaurus. Like that, I feel like there's an intelligence to that humor. This is not third grade humor. It had some base humor in there too. It's intelligent humor that isn't necessarily.
Oh yeah, well, sure. I just meant like the humor. It's smart humor. I don't think there's a lot of dumb humor. There's probably a little bit of dumb humor in both Guardians movies.
Well, some is fine. Yeah. I don't actually mind dumb.
Judgment is not like a thinker, right?
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Because we were talking, it was more, we did a kind of an aside. We went back to the circle and talked about Emma Watson for a while, but we were talking about The Arrival, which you said was a smart movie.
Yeah.
So that was my segue, my terrible segue. 3 minutes too late.
Yeah, no, okay, all right, I'm with you now. So having said that, let's think about some versus system.
Okay,
we may as well do
good.
that.
I do like versus system.
And I do like talking about movies as well, but...
So tune in next week for movie reviews with Ian and Kyle.
Yes, followed by...
.com.
Yes, fixthemoviereviews.com.
Fixthemovies.com.
Yeah.
That's actually a good URL.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I bet it's taken.
It's probably taken.
It is now.
Taken. It is now. Well, it is as of the time that we post this.
I'll never upload. No, don't get me started on that. I need to upload.
You need to upload.
I'll try to take care of that this week. Or next week, I guess.
One of these days. It's time consuming.
It is, and I've been behind. And
that's the word. You get behind, and then you have to stay behind because it becomes a bigger and bigger thing you feel like you need to do to catch up.
Yep. And like watching a stream would probably take a day now if I actually did the watching.
Yeah, and
I do have to watch at least a little bit to remind myself what our matchups were.
Oh, right, because you have to do
the comments. Yeah. Anyway, let's play this deck.
Yeah, this is the deck. This deck is the double A. This is the double A deck.
I like double A's. That's my double A song.
That was a good song. I like that double A song.
I'm singing a lot of stuff tonight.
That's great.
I don't know why.
That's great. Sometimes you're in that mood. You know, you get in the mood where song is warranted. I feel like there are two kinds of people in the world. There's the kinds of people who just like the way life is, more or less, and then there's the kind of people who feel like it would be just a little bit better if every now and then everyone actually did break into song like it amuses.
Yeah, I really wish it would happen to me.
I know.
I don't think it ever will.
I want to see it just once. Just like what if I just got caught up in one of those crowds of flash dancers where they all just start dancing and then I just kind of flail around a little and they all look at me strangely and I'm not wearing any pants, and that's not a dream I had last night, but that's fine. That's fine.
Well, if that were the case, I would take my pants off. It only seems appropriate.
Yes. When in doubt, take your pants off. I like this plan. It's a good plan. I'll show that HR department.
I was going to say, I was late to... Chris isn't here. I'm kind of surprised a little bit. I was late to Chris's stream last night. I went home early. I was very tired. I had not been sleeping well earlier in the week. So I was late to Chris's stream because I went home. And I joined him for the very end, and I finally got to say, yay, I finally get to see your stream without my pants on. I was actually not wearing pants, but you cracked the joke, right?
Well, that's, yeah. I mean, if there's nobody there to impeach your... Hello, buddy. Hi.
I'm going to declare it.
Declare.
I declare the outer die is the winner.
You know, I enjoy chocolate declares. Outer die didn't win. Yeah, congratulations.
Evens, these guys are.
Evens it is for you.
I'm playing one of my black decks, which don't come across on the stream very well.
Yep. There really isn't a solution. Like, if we had a white tablecloth, we need to find the one color. We need, like, the green screen color. Oh, God. Green screen color.
I think I'm going to keep this. It's not a great plan, but I think I'm going to keep it.
I'm going to keep this awful hand because I already mulliganed once. Oh, my word. In the wise words of Uncle Scrooge McDuck, oh, my little stars and Sputniks. You went which?
Evens.
I do not have a one-drop.
I will not play a one-drop. See, you've revealed that you don't have one, and I haven't.
That's true.
Clearly.
That's true. You are the pro player this eve. Oh, my word.
It's a thing.
This is what we call the troll turn 2, as you will bear witness.
You drew one drop?
Maybe.
I have Dark Lantern. When Dark Lantern comes into play, target a character you control. While that character has the Darkseid's elite affiliation and is attacking this turn, it cannot be stunned.
Their formation.
It's my formation.
I have a 1-drop, an amazing 1-drop. It's the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. You're pinged for 2. They're also a 0-2 with range.
Kyle and Ian play versus incorrectly the musical.
Well, we'll keep it going. It'll be great fun.
S.H.I.E.L.D, huh? Okay. I'll attack him for 3.
You saw through my 2 defense. That will work. I will take 2 damage. 1 breakthrough, and 1 for this time. Yeah. Really hoping you wouldn't figure out what I was plotting. Your food is in this bag, along with some of my food and a guava soda that I don't think you want.
Correct, sir.
I would be correct, sir. So now it is my initiative to do things.
Oh, crud. I meant to do something last turn that I probably couldn't have. Oh, I could have. It's alright. We'll let it slide. But it was a mistake. Let it slide.
Yeah, I don't have a 3-drop.
That's copyrighted music.
It's alright, we're not making money on this yet.
That's true.
Fair use. We're in parody mode.
Cool. I guess I'll do the thing this turn, although it might be just as bad. Or it might not go as well, I should say. I'm going to reveal Total Anarchy.
Total Anarchy?
Yes. Ongoing, whenever a character of cost 3 or less becomes stunned, KO that character. I'm sorry, I didn't recruit anyone.
Yeah, that's funny. When it becomes stunned, KO it. Is that correct?
Yeah. Do you need a restart?
It's quite possible I will need a restart here. I mean, you also didn't have a 3-drop.
I missed 1 and 3.
And I missed 2 and 3, which puts you at a slight advantage. I guess it just
You're
passed.
attack me for 0. I'm going to attack you for 3.
No. Take 2. All right. Look at this card. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Okay.
I don't have a 4-drop either.
Ah, shucks. I had kind of a good drop.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah, missing
never works.
Well, I feel like missing 1 is okay. Then I had to underdrop on 2 because I didn't have 2, and I drew my 1-drop. And then I didn't draw a 3-drop, and then I didn't draw a 4-drop. That was just
Hey, Chris is here.
terrible.
Hey, Chris. I was just telling everybody how I wasn't wearing pants while I was watching your stream.
Yeah.
That's not true. That was like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's not true. He was only telling me.
That's true. No one else was here. You missed it. We started the stream reviewing movies.
We did?
And we've been singing pretty much constantly
We've been singing
since
a
then.
lot.
Oh.
It's been real good. I am going to go back to 50 life and pretend that the last 5 minutes of our stream didn't happen.
Okay.
So I have a AA. Do you have a AA?
I do.
Oh,
I
boy.
picked a AA.
Yay.
Now that Chris is here, we can get started for real.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a good practice run.
That's right. Good run. My deck sure showed that it knew how to draw cards. Not specific cards, just cards. My hand kept getting bigger and bigger. And bigger and bigger. And bigger.
Back
and bigger.
and to the left. You should watch The Critic. I bought that for you once.
I should watch The Critic. There are things I should watch.
There's better things that I gave you should watch.
There are better things. What you got?
I didn't, but I will. Olay.
Olay. We can do the
Sure.
thing again. We'll play it by default.
I will again choose the outer die.
Oh,
I have again 1.
Barely this
and
time.
I will again go evens.
Okay. Draw a card. Draw another card.
This might also be a keeper. It is less good, though.
Yes. Mine is funny in a very odd way. It could be similarly sad. If it turns out to be similarly sad, we'll find out in a few turns. I do not have a 1-drop.
Interesting.
Or, I'm not playing a 1-drop.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. It's pro mode right there. I have Kurin. Corin's power is activate target attacker with the version Deep 6. Gets plus X to attack this attack, where X is the number of face-down resources I control. Corin's going to attack you for 1.
Oh, I'm going to take that 1 damage. It's now your initiative.
I am not going to play a 2-drop.
Fancy! Me neither.
Uh-oh.
It's fine.
Are you sure?
It's fine. I can promise you
It's better than last
it is
time?
better than last time.
Alright. Then Corin's going to attack you for 1 again.
Pretty soon, I'm going to start playing some Versus system.
Any day now.
Any day now. You wait, it'll be pretty awesome when it happens. Your mind will be blown. Blown. We're in a strange mood tonight.
I'm in a strange mood every night, sir.
Fair enough. Now it is
Your initiative.
my initiative. I do have a 3-drop. I have Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow.
Oh, she's big.
She's a legitimate 3-drop. She has stats similar to
And her
3-drop.
power is awful.
Her power is pretty great. Her power is discard a character card. Target defender gets minus X defense, where X is half its defense rounded up. Use only while Natasha Romanoff is attacking and only once per turn. I feel like the text that is being sent to us by Chris is tiny for no reason.
I usually have zoomed in on the webpage. I will fix that.
At some point.
Not now?
Well, do you have a 3-drop recruit? If no, then go ahead and fix it.
Yes. No. Maybe.
So?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yes. Indeed.
Okay, that would work.
It would.
Then that would work. And what would that get me? Not much.
Nothing at all.
Should I not do that?
Anything.
Read me her power again?
Discard a character card. Target defender gets minus X defense this attack, where X is half its defense rounded up. Use only while she is attacking, and only once per turn.
Okay. I know what I must do.
Indeed. Glad somebody does.
I'm going to recruit goalie. Whenever goalie becomes stunned, each of my opponents loses 1 endurance for each face-down resource he controls.
Whenever who becomes stunned?
Goalie.
When a goalie becomes stunned.
Or goal, perhaps. Probably.
Each of... So I lose face down based on my face down resources.
How do I zoom in without a mouse?
I don't know, but it'll be great.
There we go. That's kind of what we want to do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We haven't talked about that. That's what Chris said. I didn't see it because the text was small. Chris and I got Dark Souls, the board game, on Wednesday. We're excited about it.
I'm excited too.
Well, maybe we'll play on Sunday.
Maybe we will.
But I may have successfully roped in some coworkers to playing on this week.
So you do have a plan B if necessary.
Yep. I'm jealous because Chris said on his stream he was going to get to play. And I wasn't, it seemed like.
Becomes stunned.
You lose 1 endurance for each face-down resource you control.
Immensely annoying.
It is
What is the wording on your other character?
Activate. Target attacker with the version Deep 6 gets plus X attack. This attack where X is the number of face-down resources I control.
Boy, that's annoying. That means I have to attack, and that's stupid.
Both of my characters have the version Deep 6.
Well, great. So I must attack goalie. I'm going to flip Scarlet Spiders from my resource row. Discard X character cards. Target attacker or defender gets minus X attack. This attack, use only once per turn. More importantly, it'll be 1 less damage.
Sure.
So I'm attacking...
So you're not discarding any?
Nope.
Minus 0 attack? Interesting.
Yeah, I can do it anytime. It's an ongoing effect.
Oh,
Once per turn,
gotcha.
ongoing.
All right. I will reinforce goalie.
Yep. So I will take 2.
I won. I won.
You did. Good job. That's ridiculous.
Attack is a lot of attack.
It is more than one attack. If my math is correct.
I think it is. I think you're right. It does seem like more than one attack. I'm going to recruit Trock. Trock gets +1 attack for each face-down resource my opponent controls.
Well, I, of course, must recruit Sharon Carter. Sharon Carter is concealed.
This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt a lot.
She has a discard a character card. With this turn, Sharon Carter can target character as though it were visible and unprotected, and it loses and can't have reinforcement.
I think it's going to hurt you more, but it's going to hurt.
That's a real possibility.
Trock is going to attack the Black Widow. Is that the Black Widow?
Yeah, yep. It is.
And I'm going to go ahead and activate Curran because reinforcement doesn't matter because you're a stupid character. So my attack is...
That's pretty
13.
big. That's a big attack. That will hurt us both quite a bit. Yep. I don't actually think there's much I can do about that. 13. Jeez. That's so much.
It's 4 for my face-down resources and 3 for yours. You can flip yours to reduce it.
I can.
Were you so inclined?
I can. I think I'm going to flip Lay Down with Dogs. To play, discard a character card. I'm going to discard my 2-drop. Choose one. Strip reinforcement or gain reinforcement. I will give my character reinforcement. It's a big enough swing on turn 4. I think that's worth it.
Yeah, totally. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to have a big swing like that again.
Yeah. So your attack was really big. I don't counter stun you.
That's true.
So I will take 3. I do not have a way to get that counter stun. Math fail. It's actually something I can do besides attacking. That's so much damage. I feel like not attacking would be a boneheaded decision. Seems like a boneheaded decision. But there's something that's awfully tempting.
Well,
I gotta do it. I'm just gonna hit old goalie.
Okay.
It's
goalie. 8.
It's 8. I take 2 back.
You do take 2 back.
Net gain of 6, but I still think it's the right choice.
I will take 8.
41 apiece.
Ow. Ow.
Indeed. I will, of course, keep Black Widow, which is still quite useful. Black Widow. Oh, Black Widow.
What is going on down here? That is unexpected.
I hear that. So it's now my initiative. I'm going to play everybody's favorite character that never works, Doc Samson. Doc Samson has, when he enters play, a rally for a character card. If I'm successful, he has invulnerability this turn. Hey! He never works! I flipped my 3-drop blade with a character. So, which means a successful rally means reveal the top card of your deck. It goes in your hand if it meets the criteria, if not to the bottom of your deck. So I not only get blade, but Doc Samson does in fact have invulnerability for the turn. That is useful. Also, she's still over here.
Yes.
Being, generally obnoxious.
I'll go ahead and I will play a resource.
Good call. I think that's smart.
And then I'm going to recruit Darkseid.
Darkseid.
Whenever Darkseid stuns a character, its controller loses 1 endurance for each face-down resource he controls. Is that how I want to form? Probably. Yeah, that's probably how I want to form.
Become stunned. I lose 1 damage for each face-down resource I control. Yeah. Interesting.
Whenever he stuns a character.
Right. I have a couple of options about how I can do this. How do I want to do this? What is the correct play? I think I gotta attack Darkseid with Doc.
Okay. Kinda looks like we're stunned.
It does look that way. So I could, were that to happen, flip some things to take less damage from his power. I suppose I could wait to flip those things until that effect is on the stack, which is probably the wiser choice. So, okay, if nothing changes, we are stunned.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. It's going to make you grumpy. I'm sorry. I'm going to play Prophetic Battle. Whenever target Darkseid's elite defender you control stuns an attacker this turn, that attacker's controller loses endurance equal to its cost.
Oh, interesting.
Vulnerable,
Samson's power. Yes. That is, I would say that is mildly annoying. There are more horrifying things that would make me grumpier, but that is certainly negates part of my advantage. I'm still not going to play anything in response. All right, so the effects will occur.
If your attack is 11, that's a big attack.
It's a big
I'm going to take 7 from that.
So I will take 5 plus my number of face-down resources.
Correct.
Okay. So before I take the damage, I'm going to set this here as a reminder that I'm taking 5.
I'm going to flip this stupid...
I'm going to flip a couple of things. The first thing I'm going to flip is Invasion Plans. Play only during your attack step. To play, exhaust a character you control. Draw 2 cards.
To Raft, or what's the other one? S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier.
Helicarriers. Oh, I wish I had the Helicarrier. I do not. You have another good card.
You need 2 cards to exhaust to do it anyway.
Pardon?
I think you need 2 characters to exhaust to play the Helicarrier.
Sort of. I will not remind you because it'll be fun if I get it. But it's interesting. This card is License to Kill. To play, choose a S.H.I.E.L.D. character you control, and I will choose Sharon Carter. Now, interesting. Whenever an opposing defender becomes stunned, you may discard a card and exhaust the chosen character if you do KO that defender. So arguably, in order to actually make that effect works, I would need to flip that before that stun occurs. Do you have any qualms with me having flipped that before the attack resolves? If so, that's okay.
No, that's fine. You're going to KO him.
I'm going to attempt to KO.
Sure. Yeah. Let me see if there's anything I can do about it. There might not be. That's the sad card song because I don't have the counterplay.
I do have to discard a card to do that. However.
No, that's fine. That's all good.
And so, just to be clear, that is an ongoing effect for Sharon Carter. So
whenever anyone's stunned, you can exhaust her.
I can exhaust her and discard a card. Correct.
Okay. That's not terrible.
It's not terrible. And I have to discard a card every time.
It works.
Yeah. I am going to take some damage here.
R.I.P. Darkseid. It's going to be a lot of damage, though.
It sure is.
It's going to be 12.
Yep.
Attack.
Yep. I can flip my resources. I can't flip yours. 12 attack is a lot of attack.
It is a lot of attack.
I am going to take... I think I'm just going to straight up take 11 from that. And that is That is a lot of damage. Jeez. I will pass.
Goalie doesn't have range, so I think that's it.
Yeah. I will lose my 3 drop. It is now your initiative. That was my initiative. Interesting. Man, I feel like every turn I put down a resource, that guy gets bigger. Is this character an attack or defense or target attacker?
Just attackers.
Okay.
Interesting. I'm going to recruit Mongol.
Oh, Mongol.
Mongol's power is cosmic while I control another Revenge Squad character. Whenever Mongol stuns a character, that character loses endurance equal to that character's cost.
That's going to become sad.
I'm also going to put a Beta Club on truck. Beta Club says, equips only to a Darkseid's elite character. Whenever equipped character stuns a defender, that character's controller loses endurance equal to that character's cost.
This is going to be a very painful turn, I suspect.
That is the plan.
Right. Saving Grace is at least on the board at the moment. I can't assume this will remain true, but you don't have flight.
That's true.
Which means...
Also, Mongol's power does not function on the board at the moment.
That's fair, yes, that's right, because you don't control another Revenge Squad character. I am going to recruit War Machine. He has flight and range, 12-12, and characters that are attacking him get -1/-1. I need to think for a moment. I think I have to do more dramatic stuff now, or I will take way too much damage. So I am going to recruit power dampeners on Mongol, which I can only recruit if I control a S.H.I.E.L.D. character, and it prevents a character from having a non-activated... Boy, I hope I read that right. Non-activated powers.
Okay. Yep, now is the time. I am also going to substitute Bullseye for Sharon Carter. Oh, son of a bitch. I hate Bullseye.
He's a horrible jerk. So Bullseye's power, which I should read. He is a substitute character. He's a 7/7. I can return him to my hand to stun an attacker with cost less than the number of resources I control. I can only do this if I control another S.H.I.E.L.D. character.
So good.
He is an epic jerk. It's funny, I feel like I didn't realize how good he was until I realized he had substitute, and then he became very good. For what it's worth, I no longer have license to kill since I got rid of the character with that darkness.
Sure. That's fine. And you return him to your hand, you stun him, what do you do to him?
I must activate him and return him to my hand.
Okay.
Both.
Man.
I've actually got a pretty good
War
wall
Machine's
here.
kind of risky. I can't deal with him. That's funny. I have to attack Doc Samson. I will do it with... Well, wait a minute. I can reinforce again. I have to think carefully about using Corin carelessly.
How many elephant shirts do you think you have, dear? She's counting for anyone wondering.
4?
4? Is it only 4?
As of right now.
Okay. That's fewer than I was expecting. I would have guessed 5.
Going with 4.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I'm not going to get more, though.
That's fair. Can never have too many elephant shirts.
I love elephants.
I'm going to attack Doc Samson with draw.
Yeah, it's
Just
not a bad
straight
play.
up.
Not a bad play.
This yours?
Yes. The other 2 are yours, and that is mine. You can hang out here if you want. You can go in the other room. I mean, whatever.
You should be paying attention.
I was thinking.
You were not.
I was. The question is, do I bullseye? I don't want to bullseye too prematurely, but... Well, so here's the thing. Trock's attack right now is 8. If I do nothing at all, we are stunned. You take 4. I would take... a lot. The Beta Club. 1 breakthrough, 10 can take 11 damage. Man, 11 damage. That sure is many damage. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pop bullseye. Normally I save him, but this time we're gonna go for it.
That seemed like a good. I'm just stunned, right?
Yep, correct. So I activated bullseye, return in my hand to stun target attacker with cost less than the number of resources I control. And War Machine must take a swing at monk.
I will play.
Yeah, I thought you might have something.
I will play Dimensional Deal. To play, choose up to 2 characters. No, that's not right.
Not
Choose
right.
up to 2 affiliations among characters you control. Ongoing, cross over those affiliations. Revenge Squad defenders in your front row get +1 attack.
So you are a 10 currently.
And I will play Price of Treason. Target defender you control gets +1 attack this attack for each face-down resource the attacking player controls. If that defender has the Darkseid's elite affiliation, draw a card.
You may draw your card, but I could potentially flip things. So it's +1 per, or is it 1 +1 per?
No, it's
like if everything is face up, does it do
+1,
nothing?
it does nothing if you have all your resources face up. Goodness, can you do that? That would make me sad.
That'd be pretty dramatic. So I can flip up 1, which I will do. Return target character card from your KO pile to your hand. There's a boost where I can exhaust 2 characters I control to gain life equal to its cost, but I am not doing that. So I will select a character, and we will go with... I think we will go with sharing a card in my hand. So now your attack, you get 1 from that. You've gotten 1 from your other plot choice, but you're still at 11, and I am at 12.
Resolve, resolve, resolve. Chain empty.
Chain empty right now.
I will play another Price of Treason.
You may draw your card. There's no reason not to do that.
God, these cards are terrible.
Right. So I am going to... discard Sharon Carter, Tasha Romanov to reduce your attack by 2. I may only do that once per turn. I hope 2 is enough, because I don't get to pick another number.
Yes, that will work. I will take... Boy, it's going to be 11. That's a lot. That's sad.
You can deal it back pretty quick in that deck. I know this as well.
This is not going my way. But Chris is right. This deck never wins. Oh, hey, the other guy's here. Hi, Casey.
Hey, other guy. It is your attack. Though I suppose
Come on, that's silly.
I mean, it's not silly if you can get it, but you have... this is based on your face down.
Bullseye is so good.
You're good.
This is my initiative, and I've taken 20 damage so far this turn and not done anything.
Yep. Bullseye's a jerk. To be fair, he cost me 4 resource points.
No, he didn't.
He did on a previous turn. I mean, I gave up a 4-drop that was on the board. And you did also underdrop. Or did you do Mongol with a boost? Did you have a boost?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll attack not goalie.
Yep, I will reinforce not goalie.
Wise.
Sad. Gosh, I don't know which is better in this situation.
Depends on whether or not you have
Mongol
the ability
with
to
no
get...
power, or
Yeah.
Truck. Well, I guess Mongol's better because Truck's stats are really good. Yeah, Truck has the Beta Club. I guess I ditch Mongol.
Is my initiative, does that inform anything?
Not really. Boy, I'm sure gonna lose. That's so sad. I had really good momentum there, very briefly.
That is, it's all about the successful rally with
I can't believe
Darkseid.
I can't believe you were able to flip so much.
That was
undermined
very
me- that
fortunate.
undermined me a lot.
That was very fortunate. Yeah, it's interesting. One of the things this deck normally lacks is stat manipulation, but I can play my stuff at a variety of times, and so circumstantially I could use it for stat modification. I do have Iron Man. Iron Man can be equipped with any number of equipment, and I can search for Extremis and put it on him, which I will do. Extremis armor, or pardon me, Extremis upgrade says equip only to Iron Man if a quick character would become stunned. Instead, I may KO Extremis upgrade and exhaust the equipped character.
I think I can do nothing.
Fair enough.
Oh, Kyle, why you do this to me?
Sorry, that was
Never works.
not. To be fair, it was working good the first game. It's just I was recruiting absolutely nothing, which in turn meant it would not have been particularly interesting. But just think, we've gotten 2 games in already.
My hand was full of 2-drops. I don't know why I kept drawing 2-drops.
That is not what you want.
It sure isn't.
Yeah, until you actually conceded, I wasn't confident, because I know that you can do like giant burst damage, and my fear is that like you attack my 6-drop and deal me 20
without
damage.
initiative.
I guess that's true, and I had initiative on odds. That's fair.
Ironically, what's his nuts? Bullseye is almost a hard counter to this deck.
He's a pretty. I was just
Although
going to say that.
He's a hard counter to a lot of
Very
decks.
good. Well, he's definitely he's really strong against any deck that isn't quite on curve or relies on not on curve attackers, because he can't get the same turn that is in play. But in that circumstance, it was turn 6 and you had a 5-drop and a 4-drop, and if I did not do the substitute, as a razor's edge situation, you would have probably successfully done 15 to 20 damage with one attack.
Oh, I would have won easily if you didn't have that.
Sure. Man, that's terrifying. I'm always
Not
afraid
that
of
turn,
the deck.
but the
Sure.
outcome of that turn would have
Sure.
been you lost 20 life and I didn't.
No, that
Instead of the
definitely would
other
have been
way around.
different. Yeah, I mean the turn outcome. Did you have flight? Did you have a way to get flight there?
Of course.
All right, so you would get War Machine for 18 cleanly. I would have stunned probably Mongol because he's bigger.
I wouldn't have taken it then.
Really? That's fascinating. But then you give up some of your double stun, or does Mongol do double stun?
You already
on
took
defense?
my double stun away from Mongol.
Oh, because of the dampeners. That's true. That's true.
If you did not have Bullseye, I was going to stun War Machine with Truck.
Yeah. I mean, my other trick up my sleeve was I did have the reduce attack at card discount, and I had my whole hand was characters.
It's
I was
attack
out of
or
plug.
defender?
It's anything but once a turn, and it's one
I may not
stat
be able to get
per
it,
card. So it's super expensive, but can be a huge swing.
What's that?
The one of those two decks.
What is it? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This deck is not one of the ones I'm playing.
Oh. All right. That's that one. You're terrible at this.
This
How
one
many years
is
have we
an
been doing
S
this?
deck.
Not one yet?
Well, I could always pick, but it's more dramatic to make you choose your own destiny. This is an S deck.
Okay. What did we do last week? I feel like I played the big dudes last week. That seem right?
I think that is correct. I feel like that is a correct statement. Like I was contending with Anarchy.
Well, Anarchy's in... No, I guess he's not in 2. So let's see. You are... Well, that's the one you hate. Or the other one.
That's okay. But
It's the one you hate.
I actually need to re-sleeve this deck. This has a couple
You
of
deserve
really
it. That was a terrible game. You made that last game terrible.
Fair enough.
Bullseye.
Your turn.
I wonder if... I mean, I don't think I've ever recalled you playing him before. I wonder if he pushed them up.
Yeah, maybe.
Because they're, like... Sharon Carter's already very difficult to
She's
deal
very
with.
difficult. I mean, it's one of those deals where the like both 4-drops are really good. Sharon Carter and Bullseye are both 4-drops. They're both really good. And generally, the play is Sharon Carter.
She has high stats, too. Like, she doesn't even have a low defense.
Yeah, she's got good stats and a good power. Yeah, their thing is always they have like the S.H.I.E.L.D. premise is great powers, high cost, but you try and mitigate that cost by finding ways to
a
get
character
stuff.
card is not high cost, I wouldn't say.
Yeah, it's circumstantial. I mean, I think discard's pretty high. And some of them are. I think in Sharon's case, I think it's specifically a character card, and I think that is also true.
Well, yeah, but you have it completely mitigated with draw and stuff. And
Yeah,
return
but
characters to your hand,
that
and
is
sort
the
of-
intention. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's what I tried to build the deck to do, is like be able to pay the cost of
It
discard.
has no downside, or it appears not to have a
Ooh,
downside.
we are not keeping
I
that.
think I'm not going to keep mine either.
My hand
You have to
is-
pick which you're going to roll and then
yes,
determine whether you're
yes.
going to go first or second.
I do know that it won't be whatever the hand was. I didn't pick anything. I'm gonna
Pick
go
something.
inside. Ooh,
I have one.
I know.
No,
Inside
I have
did win
lost.
that. Yeah.
I have something.
You have something. I will go. We're gonna do evens. We're gonna do evens.
Okay.
What the heck? Oh my word! What is happening? Oh my what? This draw is bizarre.
Mine ain't so hot either.
Oh, God, what do I do here? I do not have a 1-drop.
I'm going to recruit Maggie Sawyer. Defenders adjacent to Maggie Sawyer have reinforcement. Just going to hit you for 1.
Yeah.
With my initiative anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
That's weird. I'm going to activate the Cosmic Tuning Fork. Activate. Reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. Put all revealed Cosmic character cards into your hand and the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck. Discard a card for each card you put into your hand.
Right.
Kid Cullen. Kid Quantum. I always call her the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
Gesture.
It's funny. This is actually the more preferable for me to fight against of the two horrifying decks that you have. But it's also the one that I tend to be cursed on not being able to keep pace with. I always miss my earlier drops against them. We'll see what happens here.
I'm really not sure what. I guess that's weird. Doesn't seem right. I'm going to discard a location and keep Kid Cullen.
Peculiar.
Who is not Kid Cullen, but in fact Kid Quantum.
Of course. I have Black Rose.
Ooh, this deck.
I may activate Black Rose to return an Underworld character card from my KO'd
This
pile to
deck.
my hand.
This deck.
She is conceived.
Man, my draw is kind of weird. I've never had it do this before. I don't know if I like it.
I don't like what my draw did to me. It's an awful meat thing.
That's an option. That's an option. That is not an option. I guess I recruit Helix? Free, recover target stunned Team Superman character you control. Use only during the recovery phase and only once a turn.
Well, I'm going to do the obvious. I'm going to activate Rose Psychic to play Dark Designs.
Yeah,
Play
nice.
exhaust an Underworld character you control. Draw 2 cards, and discard a card.
So anyways, I will attack you for 3. Team attack you for 3. Hey, go away, you notification that's blocking our window. Away, away. Oh no, now the other thing went away. Oh no, now I scrolled. Oh, everything's going wrong. It's the worst.
I'm going to take the 3.
Good. Let us move on.
By the way, the card I discarded was Zatanna. In case you were wondering.
I was not.
Excellent. It is now your initiative.
Yep. I will activate the fork. Just to give me more options so I don't know what to think about. And a Timberwolf and a Bouncing Ball.
Oh, there's so many characters in that deck I hate.
I think I'm going to discard both of them.
That's just unnerving.
I know.
What are you doing?
It's fine. It's my initiative, right?
It is.
I'm going to boost Timberwolf. When Timberwolf comes into play, gain 2 resource points. Spend these resource points only to recruit cosmic character cards. That's it. I said that like there was more. That's it. The next thing I'm going to do
I'm sitting down.
is I'm going to play Past, Present, and Future. There's an additional cost to play Past, Present, and Future. Choose 2 different theme affiliations from among characters you control. If you choose Legionnaires and another affiliation, draw a card. I choose Legionnaires and Team Superman. Making this difficult. Like, super difficult. Then, I will spend 1 of my 2 bonus resource points
Oh my god.
to recruit Triad. Triad is not unique. When Triad comes into play, you may discard a card. If you do, search your deck for up to 2 cards named Triad, put them into your hand, and shuffle your deck. I will discard Kid Cullen and go get 2 Triads.
It's absurd. God dang tuning fork.
Your deck may contain no more than 3 cards named Triad. They are.
Stupid triad.
I will then recruit another Triad.
I suspect. Well. Sure is some stuff you did.
And Triad is Cosmic, and Triad is Cosmic, and Timberwolf is Cosmic Surge.
There you go. Well, I'm gonna reboot Umar. When Umar enters a KO'd pile from play, discard your hand. I'm gonna try and avoid that. She also has Activate. Reveal an Underworld character card from your hand. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Put one in your hand, and the other into your KO'd pile.
I think I'm going to pass.
That's kind of annoying, oddly. Interesting. So now I must choose if I attempt to engage you, or if I simply draw some cards. Yeah, I am going to attack Kleenex for 4.
Reinforce. I will pass.
I will attempt to attack your exhausted character.
She is already reinforced, so I will take 1.
It's not great, but I think that is my best case scenario here. I assume you pass again? Is that
I do.
accurate?
Yep.
And then I too shall pass.
Timberwolf surges. I will recover Triad. Helix is dead. Long live Helix.
Indeed. Alright. Okay. It's my initiative, as sometimes occurs. I am going to recruit an Austere. The Austere is a 9/7 character with Concealed, who has Flight and Range, but also gets -5 attack while hidden. At any point I may exhaust a character I control to move the Austere to my visible area.
I'll use my fork. Did I use my fork this turn? I don't think I did.
You did not.
Plot twist. Vortex.
Bardox is a good action.
I will discard Timberwolf, I think. I think that might be a mistake. It's hard to say. Then, yeah, I'm going to recruit Vartax. Vartax is Cosmic, and his Cosmic power is free. Remove target defender you control from this attack, and Vartox becomes a defender. Use this only once per turn.
Yeah.
To protect him, it doesn't matter.
Well, I will attack Timberwolf. Or will I?
Yeah. I'll take 2.
What's going on?
Vartox will attack. You 3-drop.
That's fair. I will activate her and reveal that I have an Umar in my hand. To look at the top 2 cards of my deck. How does this work? Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Put one into your hand and the other into your KO'd pile. Interesting. It was a very interesting draw. I'm then going to flip up Dark Dimension from my resource row. When you flip the Dark Dimension, put the top 3 cards of your deck into your KO'd pile. You may return an Underworld character card from your KO'd pile to your hand.
I'm confused as to what you're up to. Oh no, that didn't go well.
I will.
Don't see the end game. It doesn't smell good for me, though. Good.
Good. I will put Satana in my hand. Then I'm going to power up Umar twice and return an Underworld character card from my KO'd pile to my hand, and I will power up. I powered up 3 times, making me a 7-9.
Right, I did follow that. Alright, we'll power up once.
Which will cause a bounce.
Sweet, free stall.
Wait for it. I'm thinking. I do have. I'm going to try this. I'm going to discard the Ngarai.
Ooh.
Target attacker or defender gets -1 defense this attack. I will reduce your defense by 1 to get that counter step.
I think that's gonna work. My counter, it's so useful.
It's very useful.
Oh.
Did a lot of stuff to make that work. I couldn't give up then. I can't attack. I've got to pass.
Mm-hmm. Likewise. I guess I must recover Vartox. That was your initiative.
That was my initiative. That's correct. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's so interesting.
Activate the tuning fork. Location. Location. Secret to real estate.
Yep.
Location.
Location, indeed.
So I will play this. I think it's that. That is unexpected slightly.
Time to try a delicious Bundaberg guava soda. Now, I say that in a way that is ridiculous, because I'm going to try it, and then I will determine whether or not it is delicious.
I'm going to recruit kinetics and my final triad. Both are cosmic. Kinetics' power is remove a cosmic counter from a character you control. Exhaust target unprotected character. Uses power only during your attack step.
Yes. Target unprotected character. Yep. That is annoying. Wait. Does that mean I have to do that? That's so stupid. I hate it. It's stupid. But it could be the correct play. When can you do that?
Only during my attack step. I don't think I said that.
You
I'm going to go get some water while you contemplate your stupid play.
It's so stupid. And I'm not satisfied.
I'm going to get some water while you contemplate your stupid, unsatisfying play.
Well, I gotta do it. That's so bizarre. I am going to recruit.
Yes.
I'm going to recruit Blackheart. Blackheart has loyalty, reveal, and is also concealed. He's another 4-drop. He has
a good power, though, as I
It's
recall.
going to be very useful in this circumstance. He is activate. Put 3 character cards from your KO'd pile on the bottom of your deck. KO target character with cost 3 or less. Use only during the combat phase.
Aw, that's sad.
So I can't stop you from exhausting everyone, but I can still selectively kill something, I hope.
That is true.
So enter the combat phase, and with it, your attack step.
Well, I'm going to attack your 3-drop with Vartox again.
That is reasonable. I am going to... Probably not going to get 3 powers again. What the hell? I'm going to activate, look at the top 2 cards in my deck, put one into my hand. I was expecting that to be a far easier choice. I'm getting some interesting choices this game, which is good. I apologize if these are the kind of choices that I can't articulate yet. Boy, that's just ridiculous. KO'd pile, was it? Plot twist. Plot twist in my KO'd pile. It's unsettling. Okay, then what happens? What is the thing that now occurs? I haven't exhausted anyone yet. I must force your hand on the matter. I will activate Blackheart and target kinetics. Do all of that. I must put 3 cards. And I will choose Marnmar. So those are my 3 character cards on the bottom of my deck.
I will use her counter to exhaust her 2-drop.
Indeed. I will activate my 2-drop. Put a character card in my hand, and I will choose Satana.
And then she's just KO'd.
Correct. So you take no damage.
Powers.
Yes. Activate 3 character cards on the bottom of the deck. KO target character that costs 3 or less, only during the combat phase.
Glad you can't do it a ton.
Yup. And then you're still attacking me.
I sure am.
Okay. That is actually a pretty tasty beverage.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just going to work. I don't actually have cool fanciness this time. So your attack is as printed. 7, is that
Yep.
correct? So I will take 1 breakthrough and 3. This time it's 4 damage. Right. Righto. I guess I'll attack one of your 2 triads that possesses a counter.
Okay. I'll take 1.
Indeed. I believe I take an additional 2. Is that correct?
Yep.
Not doing a very good job having visible characters, which is eventually going to become a problem.
Interesting. Now it is your initiative.
Yes. Yes, it is. So what do I do? My initiative. A choice again. May have inadvertently screwed up a thing that may not be consequential, but we'll find out. So I'm going to recruit another concealed character.
Oh my.
This will start to be an issue. This is Madeline Pryor, the Goblin Queen. She is cosmic. Her cosmic power is remove a cosmic counter from Madeline Pryor to KO all stunned characters and move her to my visible area.
Ooh, that's a good situational power. Oh, that makes me sad.
Interesting. And I will form. This is probably actually the right way to form.
Alright, well, I'm going to play another Past Pleasant Fluter. Past Pleasant Fluter.
Uh huh. I'm
Draw
with you.
card. Then I will activate my tuning fork again. And reveal a location and Superman. Interesting. Interesting.
I like that. Do not like Superman.
What could Superman get? I would have 5 characters. He cannot get your 6-drop. He could get your 4-drop, who's obnoxious.
Good.
He could get your 5-drop, who's kind of large.
What is Superman's power again?
Cosmic, activate, remove a cosmic counter from Superman, stun target character. Its cost is less than or equal to the number of team Superman characters with cosmic you control. No restriction on what timing.
Yes.
He makes your 6-drop much less useful.
That's true. That's an interesting observation. You don't have to activate, just pop his counter.
You do have to activate
Do you have to
and
activate?
pop his counter.
Okay. Interesting. That's interesting. I am intrigued. I'm curious
That
to see your
is
choice.
going to be the right play. How fascinating. So I'm going to recruit Superman, and I'm also going to equip him with a Mother Box. Mother Box's power is remove a cosmic counter from a character you control, gain 3 endurance. That's one power. The other power is pay 3 endurance. Put a cosmic counter on target character with cosmic you control. Use this power only once a turn. So Superman comes into play with a counter. I'm going to pay 3. Put a counter on Bartox. Bartox has a counter.
That's going to be annoying.
I think I do something like this, and that's super weird. I'm making the F formation.
Yes.
For FU. And I think I must activate Superman and pull his counter to stun your 4-drop. I think that's the best play.
Black Card, I assume.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you do that before we enter the combat phase, so yeah. He's stunned.
Stunned.
Okay. So I immediately take 4 damage.
When you activate your 6-drop at a minimum, you also get your 4-drop, if you were to do that.
Indeed. That's interesting. So actually, let me consider this. I don't have to fire her power during the combat phase. So I could fire it before that effect
That's
resolves
true,
to
if you
move
just
her
wanna-
visible.
Yes, and nobody would be stunned or KO'd, which is maybe okay.
Yes. I am thinking about it because Umar is small. But you have flight on everyone, so it is
do have
not
flight on
super
everyone.
advantageous. Interesting. Very interesting.
This game got techie, and I'm enjoying it.
This, as I've observed, this is actually probably, I think this one is my most technical S deck, so I try to play this when I'm a little better rested. Yeah, I'm gonna not fire the power.
Very well.
Yep. Get him, Umar. Hurrah.
You do have initiative.
Yeah, I do. I forgot about that. That's right. The reason you did a thing first is because you could do it at any time. Cool. Okay. Boy, Mother Box is gonna be annoying. I think I still need to go for Vartox. I will attack Vartox. If I attack an instant reinforceable weenie, you'll simply allow it. So I must go for Vartox. If I go for Superman, you might just reinforce. I don't have a lot of other firepower on the table at the moment. I don't know. Yeah, we're going for Vartox. We're gonna force the issue.
I think that's going to be okay.
I was becoming increasingly alarmed that you were going to boost his attack by 6. That was kind of terrifying.
Which means I will pull his counter for 3 endurance.
Yes. Do you reinforce?
I think so. I think I do.
I do think that is
So
a
I will
reasonable
take
choice.
4.
Yes.
No reason not to.
Yep. Totes. It is to you.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. I may pass. I think I'm going to pass.
Okay. I think the correct choice here is that Umar want to fire her power, though. But I have to get ahead of your cosmic characters, or I'm going to dearly, dearly pay for that. Umar will attack your 1-drop with a... This is actually an interesting choice. It's going to be either the one with the cosmic counter... No. Or the one that does the reinforcing. I'm going to go for... I'm going to go for the 1-drop with the counter.
It will work.
may pull
I
the
will
counter.
pull the counter for 3 more endurance. And I will take 1.
Yep. Okay. Do you pass again?
I do. I do pass again.
I am now going to go for Superman with the Nastir. And I am going to play.
Playing things? No.
It's all part of my plan to play things. Wait for it, it'll be great. Going to play from my hand Midnight Massacre. Target Underworld attacker you control gets +3 attack. This attack. If that character is hidden, move it to your visible area, and it gets +3 defense. This attack.
This is a painful turn. Alright.
A 12-10.
Ouch. I'll take 9. This might be the point where I lost this game.
Well, if I did not push for it this turn, I would probably lose this game. It is still to you. Do I assume another pass?
Still pass, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to try to hit one of your weenie 1-drops, one of your triads.
I do, of course, have Condor.
To make yourself gigantic.
Non-army Team Superman characters you control with a cost of 3 or less get +3/+3.
Don't think I have a way to address that, which is unfortunate. Though admittedly not entirely unforeseen. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's just gonna work. I'm a face. I am a stunned.
I'm a stun.
Actually, it's going to be slightly different than that. So you flip that.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to pop Madeline Pryor's counter.
Ooh.
I will move.
You don't have to activate her to do that?
It is just pop.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, dang.
So she is visible. May do things in response.
Everybody's KO'd?
Yeah, that does include
That's so
Blackheart.
friggin' good. That should be activate. Come on. It's not, I know.
I mean, I was checking.
Like, just because you
Real
can
good.
attack and then...
Yeah, I mean,
KO
I
a bunch
think
of stuff.
I think
That's silly.
the most frequent use case is I lead off, take one of your guys, and then just do it. And I KO one thing.
Right.
But against a weenie deck, it is
It's very
circumstantially very strong if I'm allowed to do multiple swings.
I may be in a lot of trouble now.
Well, I am out of characters, and you do have 3 characters that are now larger
still
and have
going to be
less to
stunned.
lose. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
are-
that's
you
right,
are
because you were
mid-attack.
attacking
No,
someone.
you're attacking.
I'm attacking. Oh, yeah, that happens. I do, too. Didn't know where I was or what was happening.
You sure didn't.
Yep. Are you going to attack? You could. It's a net life gain currently if you just go for, say, the Nastir. Assuming I don't have anything, it's a chance. You get +3/+3.
Yeah.
You certainly don't have to, and I may have nefarious things. But your characters are bigger now, and you have less to lose since you're not getting a second stunned character.
They don't get boosted defense when they're visible? I thought that was one of their powers.
That was the power of the plot twist I played to move Nastir into play. So
Yeah,
that
I thought they
expires
just
with the
naturally
attack.
do. You have a character that does, I think.
Nastir gets +5, is -5 defense while hidden, but gets
Oh.
no other benefit when visible. So now Nastir is
I
just
see.
Nastir's
So he did get a
stats.
bunch of defense, but it just is printed defense.
Correct. Printed attack. I went from being a 4/7 to being a 9/7.
Aha.
And the plot twist for that attack boosts my defense further, which is why I wasn't stunned.
No, I pass.
Do I keep some Black Rose? I probably do.
Just card draw for everything as well.
Well, my concern is I know you have some anti-hidden there, and she's going to now be a liability now that nothing is defending her, but I think the card draw is valuable enough to consider it.
I will activate my tuning fork. This is going to be my initiative.
Yeah, that's true.
Little Superman.
Little Superman.
Of Artax. That's not bad. I think I will keep Little Superman and Vartax. I will definitely keep Vartax. Vartax is coming into play. Is he though? Do I even need him? Maybe not.
Who doesn't need a Vartox? Everybody needs a Vartox. Old McVartox had a farm.
What are you doing?
I don't
doing
know.
things.
I don't know.
I could potentially take a lot of damage if I'm not cautious this turn.
We do actually have a lot of life. 34 to 29 on turn 7.
I think I need to discard another card, don't I? I kept 2 characters.
Honestly, not certain.
I think I do.
We'll trust that.
Discard that plot twist.
I'll be dipped. There's actually 5% real juice in here.
Dip away. I guess it's Vartox and Suture Man.
Suture
He
Man!
sutures you up. Boy, this could be a disaster. I guess everybody's in the front row.
There you go.
This Superman's power is, I may pay 1 endurance, and characters named Superman are not unique this turn. Also cosmic. While Superman is attacking from the front row, he gets +4 attack.
Yes. And everyone is in your front row. I guess Candor makes everything a little bit damage resistant.
Yes. Yep, that is exactly what is going on.
So, I apologize because I'm going to do the thing, and it's been a long time since I have. I'm going to start by playing Death's Embrace.
Your killer play was last turn. Doesn't matter what you do.
I suppose so. Death's Embrace, to play, discard a card. And I will discard Shumagarath, 7-drop. No cause for alarm. Search your deck for 2 Underworld character cards that share a name. Reveal those cards, put one into your hand, and the other into your KO'd pile. I remember this card being weirdly worded because this is the one that's like, it doesn't say to shuffle your deck, but you probably are supposed to shuffle your deck. It'd be very, very strange if you were not to do so. Where's the card that I'm looking for? I know you are in here. You exist. What? I'm about to have my mind blown. Okay, there's that. Sorry, bear with me. If I do not have a second one of the one that I thought I had a second one, I will have to do the other one instead of that one.
Clearly.
That's fine. It's not. Okay. Alright, well, that's alright. It's not catastrophic. I'm going to reveal Dweller in Darkness. And one goes into my hand, and the other into my KO'd pile. I'll read him momentarily. Oh, he's one of the bent cards. Good, he's a common. Okay. So then I'm going to play Netherworld gift. Play only during the build phase or recovery phase. To play, discard a card. We'll discard Satan. Put target Underworld character card with a cost less than the number of resources you control from your card pile into play stunned if you don't control a character with the same name. And I shall choose Dweller in Darkness. And then I will recruit Shumagorath. As concealed optional, I will choose Visible. When he enters play, I may recover and ready a stunned character I control. Don't know if I've ever done that combo on stream.
I haven't done that in a long time.
It's been a while.
I think I'd probably die this turn.
You got a lot of life, but it's a tall order. I got a big army.
A lot of a deck. Well, I'm going to team attack Shuma with these three.
Yeah. Your attack is very large.
My attack is 19.
That is very large.
I'm going to play Forged in Crisis.
Oh god.
Whenever target character becomes stunned by 3 or more team attackers you control, remove that character from the game.
Ooh, that circumvents some of my coolness. That is unfortunate. What was your attack?
19.
I should read Dweller in Darkness, which I will now do. And if this affects anything, you
Oh.
you may do a thing.
Did you not read him?
I claimed I was going to, and then I don't think I
I
did.
don't think you did either.
I may activate him and target attacker an opponent controls, and each defender I control get -1 attack this attack for each character card in your KO'd pile.
Oh, interesting.
Which is 1, 2, 3. Is that many? 4, 5. It's 5. And your attack is what? 19?
19. So I will instead attack Dweller in Darkness, I suppose.
Sure. Yeah, okay, that's gonna win that exchange. That will work. I will attempt to deal the damage to 3-drop Superman. He takes 6 and 28. And he is removed from the game.
Yep.
Goodbye, Dweller in Darkness. You were a dramatic one-turn
Threw half my resources on the floor.
Yeah, yep.
By half, I mean 2 of them.
Dweller gets his revenge. I think. Well, I'm probably gonna end up attacking Vartox. I'm a little suspicious that will be the case. Yeah, I mean, I guess I try with the Nastir to attack. So Nastir is as printed now, as a reminder. I will attack your 1-drop that is ready.
How much attack is... Oh, attacking the 1-drop.
So it's as printed. Yeah.
You will attack Vartox instead, of course. I'll take 4.
That's true. I will also take 4.
I think you have plenty to finish me off. What
You
is
do
the
not
number
have
there?
tricks, I think I do.
20...
So I
2
would.
drops useless.
Yeah, the 2-drop is not going to be helpful.
You have 20... 32.
Yeah. Order of operations is I attack
32. And
the ready
I
1-drop.
soak.
You do soak a fair amount. when
Yeah,
you
I don't
work
think
it
it's
through.
enough. I think you're going to win by like 3 or...
Yeah. Admittedly, if I get through your characters, then I can attack you for 2 more.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's going to be plenty.
I don't know if Umar's going to get you, though. I match you exactly. And I do not have other stat modification.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. Who are you attacking?
I will attack your ready 1-drop.
Right. So your attack is 12,
That's printed, yes.
and my defense is 5. So I will take 8 from that. And you got me pretty
guess so. Yep. Shuma hits, Numar hits. Actually, probably just Shuma hits. I think, is that enough? No, it might not be. It's actually pretty close. So you would soak 3.
13. Yeah, I'm at -2.
Yeah. And I actually, probably my best attempt to press, since I have the life advantage, is to team attack your last character to just get you 1 more point under. I don't remember if you have any life gain in there, but I cannot chance getting a counter and popping it.
You KO'd life gain with your stupid, potent, no-cost power.
So it cost me a black heart. Yeah.
It cost you a black heart because I paid for it to cost you a black heart.
That is true. That is true. That is true.
Circumvented twice by stupid, no-cost powers. Callie, you're not making this very entertaining night of cards for me.
Well, I had to do a lot of stuff. The first game I did, Bullseye, was pretty straightforward.
No, your 6-drop was pretty straightforward as well.
It's funny. She was the character that I most underrated when I put her in the deck. The other 6-drop I treated as desirable, and I'm like, you know, she's got flight and range. I'll put her in because she's got flight and range. That's nice. And, you know, maybe circumstantially I'll be able to get your 6-drop. And I didn't realize that that's not necessarily her real power, and that the deck, you know, addresses the drawback of KOing my own characters in other ways. Boy, I gotta keep this one card separate. This card is like eaten by a dog or something. Like, what the hell? We'll leave that one on top as a reminder. Aww. That was sad. The remaining deck type this evening is an A deck.
That's what I expected. You made it sound like it was going to be something else.
Yeah, you know, I drew out the sentence for the sake of suspense and to buy some card stacking time.
There's no bullshit cards in this.
Probably fewer. It is an A deck. All S decks have a few bullshit cards.
I haven't said anything in a while.
Yep. Just catching up.
They're talking about playing some kind of role-playing game, making me more jealous.
More jelly. Oh my god, this one's got a effed up sleeve too. Boy, man, I don't even know how that happened. Like, this is when I don't know if this happened when my mom was visiting and she knocked him over and didn't realize, or if it was when we had somebody who was sort of house sitting for us or whatever, but boy, a couple of my sleeves really look like they were gnawed on endlessly. It's very strange. It's been a couple of times since I've played this one. Let's see how this goes. While you're sorting that, I will select that the inner die will win this exchange. I did lose. You may have dibs this time.
If this is an evens deck.
How late did we start tonight? 10 minutes? It wasn't too bad, was it?
10 or 15, maybe something like that.
Yeah, it's a little late. I like this gold color of sleeve. It's a nice gold.
Thank you.
I feel like it's a Zelda gold.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you went evens?
Mm-hmm.
Nope. So my draw last game corrected itself immensely, but my opening hand that I mulliganed had 3 6-drops in it. I then proceeded to draw a 7-drop, a 5-drop, and 2 6-drops. And so had to put a 6-drop. My first resource was a 6-drop. 5 out of my first 8 cards. And then it did fill in from there. But I lucked out a little, I think, with some of the timing and some of the combos. So I'm going first. I'm going to draw 2 cards. This card, and also this other card. I do actually actually have a 1-drop. I think first time of the day. It's a Wild Sentinel. Wild Sentinel comes into play. It gets +1 attack. Its first turn.
Just not gonna have any fun tonight, am
Yeah, we'll see.
I? Play Ratcatcher. Whenever a character becomes stunned, each of your opponents loses 1 endurance.
Attack him for 2.
I'll take 2.
Me too. I don't know, you got Ratcatcher. You should have a little fun. A little fun from Ratcatcher. Oh my.
Ratcatcher is not what this deck does.
Well, he's not a bad thing to fall back to. We'll say that. Oh, it's your initiative now.
I'll recruit Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul.
I may discard a future Rose character rather than play his recruit cost, and I may return him to my owner's hand. Unless an opponent discards a card, target character loses reinforcement and can't have reinforcement this turn.
I enjoyed the return him to my owner's hand. I have another Wild Sentinel. The one in front is a 2/1. The one in back is a 1/1.
Attack the one in front.
What? I will take 2 damage.
I will take 1.
I'm going to attack you for 1.
I will take 1.
46 apiece. Oh, yeah. I'm going to put Zatanna in another deck. Draw a replacement card. Oh, it's horrible. It is horrible. I feel bad for me. It is now my initiative. Yes. I do not have a 3-drop.
I will recruit Brainiac 4.
Brainiac 4.
She has Vengeance. Whenever Brainiac 4 becomes stunned by a character with lesser cost, that character's controller discards a card.
Never works. Never works, and it's funny.
Sad.
That's my initiative. I'm gonna attack Ratcatcher, I guess.
I'll take 1.
I'm gonna take 2. I'm gonna take a lot, and that is unfortunate.
I'll take you for 6.
I'm gonna take 6.
I'll take you for 1.
Take 1 more. What are you doing, Sentinels? Sentinels some shit. Come on. Come on! That time I did have 2 stunned characters, so I lose this. Lost me a Sentinel.
My initiative, huh?
Yes. Yes. Yes, it is.
I'm going to recruit Maxi Zeus. Maxi Zeus's power is cosmic. Whenever an Arkham Inmates character I control causes breakthrough to a player, that player discards a card from his hand.
I don't like where this is going. It's funny. Normally my deck would be countering that deck, and this time it will not be doing so as much as I wish that it would do. I'm going to flip a South American Sentinel base, which I can activate to return an Army Sentinel character card to my hand. I will then recruit a Wild Sentinel and a Sentinel Mark II. The Wild Sentinel is a 2/1. I will say it was this one. The Sentinel Mark II is a 4/3 that has activate to discard a Sentinel character card from your hand to negate target activated character effect. And I shall form like this.
I'm going to return Russell to my hand. Unless you discard a card, your 3-drop Sentinel loses and can't have reinforcement this turn.
Well, that's mean. I'll discard a card.
I'll attack him anyway.
Yeah. I'm going to reinforce. And I'll take 3. Great. This draw is comical.
Just take an extra one. You might catch him.
Probably not. Really? So awful.
You reset.
It depends. I mean, well, I don't know. I have initiative next turn. Maybe I'll be okay. This is gonna be a bad turn for me.
It's gonna be pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm all stunned and have to discard a card. That's fine. I'll attack a Ratcatcher.
Over.
I did, in fact, take out, actually. I was going to say I took my extra 1, but that one is an extra 2.
I'm gonna reveal that I have Training Day.
Training Day.
Ongoing. Free. Choose 2 different affiliations among characters you control. Cross over those affiliations this turn. Use only once per turn. I will choose Future Foes and Arkham. How many cards are in your hand?
I do have 4.
Okay, I have 5 cards. So I'm going to reveal that I have Kundian Worship. While an opponent has fewer cards in hand than you, defenders you control get -1 defense, and Future Foes characters I control have flight. And then Brainiac Force going to attack here.
Yep.
1 drop for 6.
Yep. Yeah, that'll work. Let me think about this. How do I want to do this? How important is that to me? Yeah, I'll take 7, and then I must discard a card. I will discard Bastard. I'll lose the 2 army sentinels that are wild. The wild ones. Okay. Right. It is now my initiative, which is something. I am going to repoot Nimrod. When Nimrod comes into play, if I control another Sentinel character, which I do, he gets a repair counter. If he would become stunned, remove the repair counter from him instead and exhaust him.
I've got Glorith and Raz.
And Raz. Glorith and Raz.
Glorith's power is Cosmic, free, gain 4 endurance unless an opponent discards a card. Uses power only once per turn and only during the combat phase.
That's a thing you can do.
You don't want to enter the combat phase?
Yeah, we can enter the combat phase.
Hey, can I have 4 endurance?
Sure.
Yay, 4 endurance.
Sure.
I'm also going to reveal
More things.
31st Century Metropolis. As an additional cost to flip 31st Century Metropolis, choose 2 team affiliations among characters you control. I will once again choose Arkham Inmates and Future Foes. Cross over those affiliations. It also has Activate. Target character you control gains the chosen affiliations this turn.
Okay, I'm with you. How many cards are in your hand?
4.
That is one more than the number of cards I have in my hand.
It is one more.
I'm going to attack Lorith. And I'm going to do it for 9.
That'll work. I will take 6.
Yo. I'm then going to play... that may conclude. I'm then going to play a Reconstruction Program. Return up to 3. Target Army Sentinel character cards from your card pile to your hand. Aha!
So you have 5 cards in your
I
hand?
have 6 cards in my hand.
6 cards in your hand.
One. Get him, Sentinels. Rawr.
Guess I've got pass. That's pretty silly.
Yep. Yeah, and then I'll attack Ratcatcher.
Reinforced Ratcatcher.
And I take 1.
Take 1.
Still worth it. Turd catcher.
Turd catcher?
Turd
That's
catcher.
probably appropriate.
Yeah.
I will play Museum Heist, which I may only do during the recovery phase. Exhaust your ready character control. If you do, draw 2 cards, unless target opponent discards a card from its hand.
So I will discard. You do that during the recovery phase. I'll discard a Wild Sentinel, and then I will activate to return a Wild Sentinel to my hand.
Oh, it's been a lot of fun playing you tonight. I love getting to use all my abilities except for when I don't.
Yeah. I feel like we have had just some deck hard counters that have been pretty nasty. Well, in some ways, this one's a really bad counter. No. Ew. That was my initiative.
Was it your initiative? I suppose it was.
I think it was. You and Devons, correct?
I did. Put that from my hand. That was costly. That was silly. I have Mordru. I have this Mordru. That's the same. This technically. I have Mordru. His power is Cosmic, pay X Endurance. Look at target player's hand and choose a card with cost less than or equal to X. That player discards that card, uses power only once per turn. And only during the combat phase. Use it only once.
Yeah, only once forever. I do have Bastion. Bastion says discard a Sentinel character card from your hand. Target character gets +1/+1 this turn. And I think I will form like this. Yes. Yerp.
I'm going to pay 1.
You get 1 or less.
Yep.
That makes me very sad. So I know what card you should choose.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
The one that can't come back.
There's one card in there you have never seen.
No, then I won't look at
Fair enough. Burn Rubber is still the right choice, even without you reading that card, I can assure you. Because if I'm not mistaken, every other card is an Army Sentinel character.
How many cards in your hand?
It is 5.
5. Bastion lets you discard. It turns the Sentinels into power-ups.
Yes, it is actually very important. Discard a Sentinel character card from your hand. Target character gets +1/+1 this turn. So he turns them into super power-ups, and he can do it any number of times in any way. Very good.
That's goofy. Alright, I'm going to return Ra's al Ghul to my hand to strip reinforcement from... It's got to be the 3-drop.
I must stop that, of course.
4 cards left. I'm going to play Return of the Demon's Head, which I may do only if I control a future foe's character card, and only during the combat phase. Unless an opponent discards 2 cards,
Oh my.
characters opponents control with cost 4 or less lose all team affiliations while defending this turn.
Oh, that is poor. That's real poor. 2 cards? All characters? I don't like any of these words.
Just cost 4 or less. You only have one of them.
I only have one of those. What a coinky dink. Tell me the wording and I lose all what?
Team affiliations while defending this turn.
I will allow it.
It's fine.
Okay, that works. And then I have to try to hit him with Mordru. Not accomplish anything. You seem surprisingly confident.
I do have 1 burn rubber in my resource row, which is not team stamped. To
Is
give
reinforcement.
reinforcement. Yep. I may move that character to my front row or support row. That's cool. I forget about that part. Doesn't matter now. So it is reinforced, but I take 3. 3 does matter, since I only have 19 life now. Then the correct play is for Nimrod to attack your 4-drop in the back.
Yeah, that's fine. 9?
Correct, as per team.
Take 7 from that.
You can actually possibly get Bastion. Yeah, it's risky.
I know I can't get Bastion.
Yes, because you know that. Yeah, that's right. You've seen my hand. Yes, yes.
I'm not even sure. I don't even think I can get Nimrod.
And he's got the repair counter.
So I suppose I just pass and take some damage.
It's not a ton, but it won't be nothing. Yeah, I want to get rid of
You're gonna hit
Mordru.
Yeah. Of course you do.
Well, maybe not, because I'm in the odd circumstance where he's only 1 card a turn. And I need to make up the life difference, or you will gradually whittle me down, so I think I need to go for the life difference in this case. So I will attack Glorith.
You're not doing any of your shenanigans. You can do one for free.
I already have 1 army in there, so that's this one.
Right.
So, like, I could do another one, but it would be a net loss of 1. It would start to be a loss. Because I can pop 1 card back to my hand.
Right.
And that's the one.
Right.
What's the free that you're referring to?
So you put it in your hand and discard it.
Oh, right.
It's
But
doesn't
then I'm
cost you
still
anything,
down
it's
1 card from my hand. If I don't fire the power,
Oh, you get an extra card. In your
like
hand.
this one will be
Gotcha,
back in
gotcha.
my hand at the end of the turn.
Uh,
And I do need all of the cards. Yeah, because I think I am. Well, I mean, you can pay very little for Mordru's power, but it still does cost you life. So I think that's the right play. I will pop. Let's get the 1 wild sentinel. I think, oddly, the right play is to lose my 3-drop. So I will do that. That is strange. That is strange. Sure is not still at 19. I guess it's my initiative. I am going to recruit. Useful. Yeah, maybe. It's risky. Man. I can't afford to lose the momentum. This deck doesn't play things after 6 very much, so I need to actually be not a moron, it turns out. Okay, so I am going to recruit 4 cost, 2 cost, and a 1 cost. Which does get cards out of my hand. That is now what I must do. So the 1 cost, you remember, it is a wild sentinel. The Sentinel Mark III says army sentinel characters I control get +1 attack while attacking. And the Sentinel Mark IV gets +1 attack for each other non-stunned army sentinel character I control, which is only 2. So that brings me up to, he's a 7/6, and the others are as printed, but all of my army ones get an extra 1 while they are attacking only. So that will be my formation, because there's no reason not to. I will put this in my hand.
So there are 4 cards in your hand?
Correct. As a reminder, he has +1 attack this turn. Sorry, forgot about that. I don't know if that will matter, but perhaps.
I'm going to recruit Ra's al Ghul. I'm going to recruit Harlequin, whose power is... I may discard her from my hand for some stuff. I may also activate her to give target Arkham Inmates Defender I control or reinforcement this attack. And then I'm going to recruit the Penguin.
The Penguin.
When the Penguin comes into play, each player discards a card. I'm sorry. Each player draws a card and then discards 2 cards or a location card.
Oh, interesting. Huh. 2 cards or a location card. I will... Wait, it's draw how many cards?
1 card.
I drew too many cards. I draw 1 card, and then I'm like, I ended up with more cards. That's not how that was supposed to work. I do not have a location card. That means I must discard 2 cards. Okay. Down to 3. Right. How many cards are in your hand?
2. Ready to enter the combat phase?
Yes, we do enter.
I'm going to pay 1.
It's annoying. Happen to draw.
Oh, another one.
Yep, it's
Another one.
real good too. That's the one you really don't want me to have right now. It's kind of annoying because that's the one I just drew, or I would have put it in my resource row. You have 2, and I have 2. I still believe the correct choice is for me to attack Mordru. The question is, how do I go about it? He's not tiny. I think I've got a team attack. Is that right? Harlequin can reinforce anyone, even herself.
Mm-hmm.
I do wish that were less true.
I wish you were less true.
Touche. So that's 9 against Mordru.
Well, that's not enough.
10, 11,
Well, that's
12
not enough.
from him.
Well, that's enough.
And I should also include him to be sure, which is another 2. So that attack is 3 and 2 is 5. It's 14 attacking Mordru. Now this may matter. I'm going to point this out. Sentinel Mark IV gets +1 attack for each other non-stunned army sentinel character I control. So if you were to stun Nimrod, I would simply lose my repair counter and take no damage, but I would lose the repair counter. And if you stun either of them, he gets 1 less attack. Which I don't know if that will factor into your reasoning or not. do still have 2 cards in my hand, which may or may not be Army Sentinel characters. Even though, you know they are because we looked at them.
I'm going to attempt to do the damage to Nimrod.
Will work. Lose my repair counter.
I'm going to return Ra's al Ghul to my hand. Unless you discard a card, we'll say the Wild Sentinel loses and can't have reinforcement this turn.
You do now have 1 card more than me, don't you? Yep. Did you
It's fine.
just drop? Yeah, okay. Wonder how that sounded on the stream. Yeah. Wild Sentinel. You'll probably attack with Penguin, but I'm not certain. I will discard. Wait, I lose. I lose reinforcement.
Yes.
You know, no. F it.
All right.
Can't be reinforced.
I'm going to attack the Wild Sentinel with Penguin, who can because of my worship, because I have 1 more card in hand than you
Yes,
currently.
That is. Oh yeah, that'll work. I do take 5 damage. No, I take 6 damage because of my worship. 13. Skating on the edge here a bit more than I'd like. I am going to attack Harlequin for 6. Pardon me, 7 plus 1 since he's an Army Sentinel character, and this guy boosts all armies. But I'm betting you'll reinforce
Should you
yourself.
Reinforce yourself.
Yup. What is her wording again?
When she is stunned by a character with lesser cost, you're going to stun me.
I'm contemplating it. We know for a fact I can give myself 2 attack, which would give this character enough to counter stun. But then I have to discard a card or something.
Yes, that is true.
If I were to counter stun you, you take 3 and be at 13. Unless I had something else, I would not actually have enough to heal you this turn.
Well, I'm going to attack the 2-drop.
Yep. Yep, that's a real thing that you can do. Yeah. Interesting. I am going to discard 1 card with Bastion's power to just reduce the damage by 1. So, your attack is 6. My defense is 2 because of Khadim Worship. I'll take 4 breakthrough and 2 for the stun. Take 6. I'm at 7. Eventually. I will attack your remaining visible character.
5 and 6.
Okay. I am going to keep. This is my 3. That was my initiative. Interesting. 1 card here. Okay, that was lucky, though it may not be definitive. In fact, I know that it's not.
I'm going to recruit Ra's al Ghul. Mordru.
Mordru. More Mordru. I am going to play Sentinel Squad 1. This is the new card. Boost. Return a character you control to its owner's hand. When Sentinel Squad 1 enters play, return up to 3 army character cards from your KO'd pile to your hand.
God damn it. So much fucking work.
I'm actually skating by the skin of my teeth here in terms of that, but I am staying ahead of it. I do also have an underground Sentinel base, which I may activate and reveal a face-down army Sentinel character card in my resource row, and move it into play. I do have another mark for. Use only during your recruit step. Alright. I do need to assume. Interestingly, those characters are now equivalent. What does that mean? Nimrod looks cooler. Very odd bit of flavor text on the Sentinel Squad one. It says, "Come on, Wolverine, we're just doing our jobs." It seems very un-Sentinel-like, so I don't understand. I will form like such.
You're not recruiting the cards in your hand. Interesting.
Yep, I think they are all liabilities. We have too much reinforced strip, and they are better suited for Bastion.
I will pay 1.
I think I do have a 1 in there. A couple of them you can get rid of 1 of. Yep.
What are this guy's powers?
They get +1 attack for each other non-stunned army Sentinel character I control, which is only these 3. So both right now are a 7/7. Or pardon me, 7/6. As neither of those are army. As a matter of fact, every single character I have, so these two are 7/6. They're the only ones with a functional power in play besides Bastion. These guys are just stats at this point.
I'm going to return Ra's al Ghul to my hand. Unless you discard a card, this guy loses and can't have reinforcement this turn.
How many cards are in your hand?
4.
Well, that's something. You already have flight on your biggest character, so going 1 under is not necessarily catastrophic. But every card I discard is also 1 less Bastion power I can use. I think the correct choice is to then allow that. That is interesting. Yep. Okay. I will allow it. Yep. 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 Your attack is as printed. I do have the same number of cards, so my stats are currently not modified by the warship. So I will take 7 breakthrough and 4 for the stun, which was me -4. I believe now the correct play is to attack Harlequin for 6.
She will reinforce herself. attack your 4-drop.
Yeah, it is still a net gain for you. So is it better to Bastion now or later? I am currently getting the counter stun. I think the smart choice is to save it. It's a net gain for you of 1. Yep. Take it. At -8.
And then there's nothing else I can do. You're gonna get.
I think the correct play is to just hit Mordru with Bastion and dump my whole hand, which is 4 cards, to make myself a 16/16 and try and make this the clean hit. That's not true. I keep 1 card in my hand. You can do weird things if I run out of cards. No, I'm a 15/15, and by that I mean a 15/14 because of Gundian Worship.
You're not only when defending.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, just defenders.
For some reason, I did not ever realize that. I just thought it was all the time. Cool. You have 2 Mordru?
I'm a 15/14.
What? A 15/14. Do I discard that 1 card? I do have my South American Sentinel base. I will use that. So I get 1 card back and 1 additional power up.
Unless you discard 2 characters with cost 4 or less have no team affiliation while defending this game. I don't have anything else.
I accept.
I'll take that.
Fair enough.
You take 7 from that? Is it 1 breaking or 2 breaking?
It's
1 breaking.
probably, I think it's 1.
So I'm at -8. We're tied. We see next turn.
I must attack
Oh.
the dudes.
Okay.
That is a terrible matchup.
Stupid night of cards.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that was not better. That matchup is really rough. If
Well,
as long as I get my reconstruction.
If I'm being
protocols.
honest, I enjoyed a little bit in the middle because I was literally making you use your powers every turn.
Yes,
to
every
stay in
turn.
the game.
Yes, no, that was very true. I was becoming
That was
alarmed.
a little satisfying, but then I ran out before you ran out.
Yep. No, I mean it's tough, and so this is the Sentinel Squad 1, which is from a later set. I mean, it's actually different art, and I feel weird using it. I don't know if I want to keep it in there or not. Like, it's not a terrible fit, but I feel very weird
Where
combining.
did you just return some shit?
So I bounce 1. It's a 9/9 with flight range.
Yeah.
It has a boost where I may return any character I control to my hand, and then it serves to bring characters into my hand from my over here. Because one of the things that I wanted the deck to actually do, it seems like it's very successful at getting cards back, but it's kind of draw dependent. There's actually only like, I want to say there are 4 copies of the location that get stuff back, but I can only have 1 in play at a time because it's a location, and then I have 4 of the plot twist that does it. So I've only got 8 cards in the deck, and 4 of them are locations, so I only have the 1 of them, really. And so I always feel like if I don't draw, I feel like that's still in risky territory. Like, I really want to have 8 unique cards that allow me to do that, which is why I saw what you're saying. I'm like, I'll put them in because they are one more avenue for me to flush my hand with Army Sentinels. And as always, their early game is not good, but they don't care as much about that. But if I don't get enough of the bounce, because what you really want is high bounce and Bastion. That's one of their 2 endgame conditions, high bounce and Bastion, because then you can just, like, I make Bastion ginormous, and he's that way for the turn, or I do that to any character. And that is one of the 2 theoretical wins. And you have to do it on 6 or 7, because I don't have anything past 6. And if we get to 8 and you get an 8 drop, I'm not going to be able to get that high even with that combo. So it generally has to win on 7.
Yeah. I really wish I made the attack on your 4-drop because I had those 2 power-ups and had you
Right.
And I didn't know you weren't going to team attack.
Right,
Mordrew.
right.
But had you not team attacked Mordrew, the 2 power-ups
You were
stopped
sitting
your
on the 2
remaining
power-ups.
cards.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's funny.
I
Well-
think you still would have won, but it would have been really close.
I was tense the whole time. I mean, you have things like I don't remember if you actually have it in there. You probably do, but
There are not
time
many
something.
of those. This is not my regular Future Foes deck.
Right.
It's my aggressive discard deck.
Right.
So,
But you might have. Do you have the?
I think there's 2 each of the scary powers.
Because the one that I was afraid of a little bit was
There's
plus
no
1
Sundaner,
defense.
there's no life gain.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There is 2 copies of the plus X defense.
Defense,
There's 2
yeah.
copies of the plus X
Yeah.
attack, and I think there's 2 of the recovery.
Right.
But
But
that's
the
not what they
general
do.
theme
It's
of the
just-
deck
it's just to
is
keep it
discard.
scary.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, but it did make it scary because when you have a card that's like I discard 1 or you get 2, and my discard of 1 is also reducing my Bastion potential, because the Bastion admittedly shares something in common with Bullseye, which is he's actually pretty ridiculous. I think he's less ridiculous than Bullseye. He's still ridiculous, but he's less ridiculous than Bullseye. But like Bullseye, you have to pick your timing very carefully because you do only get to do it once. It's a horrifying thing, but if I screw it up, like if I drop my whole hand at 5 cards
Right,
and you
just
foil
right.
me, it's like, well, that's real bad. Because what you really need to do is save it up and be scary, Kang style, and then you do it and actually soak an attack and then come back because it lasts for the turn. So it's really brutal if it works, but it's a once a gamer. But I have to sit there with the threat the whole time and be like, the threat will hold you at bay. And it's I enjoy Bastion. He's very cool. But yeah, I still don't know if I want to keep the later one in there.
Seems alright.
It doesn't break the deck or make it
Do you still have Kelly in there?
I do. I didn't get Kelly. I didn't get any of the pink stuff that game.
It almost seems like it doesn't play to that anymore.
Yeah.
Like Kelly might just be a liability at this point.
It's
pretty
possible.
strong without him.
Well, here's the thing. The other win condition is supplemented by him, which is Master Mold. It's my 2 6-drops are the win conditions. One is Master Mold and the other is Bastion. And Master Mold is, he's big and he sits there and does nothing but brings characters into play because he's Master Mold. But him with Kelly is a couple of turns of very high ping, which should help me when we're late game, which I need that help late game with them. And I think the Bastion strategy is actually, if I'm able to draw into that one, I think it's the better one. I think it is better now. But Senator Kelly works with I think you made me discard Prime Sentinels, which is ping. So like Kelly is ping and Prime Sentinels is ping, and the 2 of them together are just obnoxious.
Oh,
ping.
that's the I play plot twists in it. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so
It's-
awful.
Oh, it's awful.
It's
so
bad.
But those 2 both play with Master Mold, right? Because it pings you based upon my characters. So Master Mold brings a bunch of dudes in. Kelly's pinging you. That's
I'm glad you
preventing
didn't play
complaining.
that. That would have been the card I was complaining about this game.
Fair enough. Yeah. So yeah, Kelly is still, I would say, part of the plan B.
Or is it? But that it's like from your hand or resource.
It's one or the other.
I
It's
don't remember which.
well, we can look.
But it's not both, which
It is
helps a
not both.
little, but not a ton.
Well, you can play around it, but if I save it to late game and you've been conservative with your cards, it's
Yeah.
infuriating because, like, there actually is value in me
I
not
think it
revealing
is
it.
hand, right?
It is resource row.
Oh, that's the worst. That's
but
the
it
worst
is
of the
only,
two.
It is only, but it is only plot twists. So locations are still flippable. And it is the thing that I do like
that's
about
the thing. Is like hand you can always work around.
It's
Resource
harder to
row,
do
if
because you have to
flip
give
it
up
late,
characters.
You're screwed.
Yeah. Well, especially if you don't have like
'Cause you're always
reservist
putting it
characters. The one thing that I always really liked about Prime Sentinels is its balancing act is you lose endurance equal to the number of non-stun Sentinels I control. So if you can whittle down, and most of my weenies, I mean they're weenies, so you get to whittle down and decrease the potency of it.
Well, you just versus a normal deck, you just don't get enough attacks to do
That's
it.
true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So it generally pushes your.
And you don't
your
have to be
plays later.
aggressive with them. Once you're doing that, you can just leave them sitting in play.
That's true. It's don't get me wrong. It's a jerk card. It's not enough. It's not enough to do UN without Kelly.
No.
I've got to get both to do
It's
the
enough.
ping, and then just sustain with Master Mold and the Sentinel base. It's a fascinating. The thing that I like the most about the deck, or I don't know if I like it the most, but I really enjoy this deck because I pick it up and I don't know which direction it's going to go, what fork in the road or combination. So I'm always surprised by it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sort of playing early. I mean, the early game is just like try to keep my characters not super dead and, draw into some of the stuff and try not to spend the stuff I don't have to and manage things like the South American Sentinel base to get the cards back. But you got to be a little careful about it. You don't want to get overzealous because you have to stay as ahead of the curve as possible. And then by mid-game, I usually know if I'm doing more Bastion-oriented or more Master Mold.
You played a lot of resources. I didn't expect you to towards the end.
I did it because on the second to last turn, I got my the Sentinel base that lets me move things into play from the resource row. I would normally stop, but it's like I flip that, and then I can move the things in.
But you played one more even after that.
That is true. That is true.
Which I thought was unusual.
Well, you were having me discard stuff, but you kept having more Drew. And you actually made me discard a Prime Sentinels. Which was, that was so funny and, infuriating, because what happened is, I was always putting valuable low-cost plot twists in my resource row when I had them, of course, against the discard deck. And then you played something, what was it? It was Penguin. Fucking Penguin. And I drew a card. I'm like, oh, Prime Sentinels, awesome. Oh, you haven't spent your one resource yet, or your one life yet to make me discard the card I just drew. That was awesome. It was so sad. So that was
Penguin was sort of my fuck it, I'm gonna lose. All right, this sucks for both of us. Play.
Yeah. But it ended up being circumstantially that was actually pretty useful because I drew a card that was low cost and super valuable. And then as soon as I drew, I'm like, you're going to make me discard this one because you're going to play one to try and make me discard the stupid Wild Sentinel, and you'll see Prime Sentinels and maybe you. And you did it twice because you did it with Burn Rubber too. It was Penguin was one time, and I forget what the Burn Rubber thing was. But I drew two plot twists, and that was one of them. And I put one down, and I'm like, the other one's gone. They're both one cost plot twists, and I couldn't believe that I couldn't get my low cost plot twists out of my hand. It was frustrating because, if you got a 3-cost plot twist out because you were paying a little bit more, but you just kept paying one, and I kept having the plot twist that cost more. And I have plot twists that cost more in here, I'm pretty sure.
Well, the thing with Mordru
locations
is
cost more.
I'm not trying to get a specific card. I'm trying to get
a
card.
Right.
And I know based on how you're playing with that deck that you have the ones.
That's
I'm
true.
watching you,
So you played safe.
paying attention to when they're in your hand, and they always were.
Yep. And yet, you were getting not the every time you looked, you're like, oh, this is a better choice than the one that I was going for. It was funny. It was a little frustrating, but it was funny.
We could argue that I made Bastion more useful.
That's true. Bastion's so cool. He's such a jerk. He has to be though. Again, you don't have anything past 6, so he's got to do it. You've got to win on 6 or really decisively get a lead on 6, or you do lose.
You probably noticed a little. I'm not sure. You didn't comment on it. How strange my draw was.
It was definitely.
It worked okay.
Yeah.
I was solid through 4.
Yeah, and then it did start.
And then I drew another 4-drop on turn 5, which was Glorith, and played her. The rest of my hand was Mordru. I had all 4
You had a lot of
Mordrus.
Mordru. Yeah, it is funny that you should mention. Does he a reservist? You recruited him from everywhere. I feel like you recruited him from your hand, your resource row. One time I'm like, are you pulling him out of your deck? That was strange. I did notice that. You're right. I didn't comment on it because of Mordru's power. I couldn't help but wonder if you were choosing him over other options. It was never a bad
He's a good
play.
power. Yeah.
Especially since you know you can pay 1 to get the weenie.
Nope, I had nothing but Mordrus.
Turns out you weren't making a choice. Mordru was leaving you with no choice. That was kind of awesome. It was not a terrible game, but I do understand the frustration of having a deck that
Well, it wasn't, and you know what?
It's a
wasn't
race.
that bad.
It's a
like
race.
That one actually went kind of well. I thought it would go worse.
Yeah.
You had more draw than you usually have.
I did.
Felt like I kept pace with you.
I did. The pressure is always real against that deck.
What makes me sad is it hasn't done it in a very long time, but it can knock you on your ass out of the gate.
I have seen it.
I can
I've seen
empty your hand by 4 if it doesn't
I
right.
think you've got it by 4.
On 4, not by 4.
Right. I think you got me on 4 once. It's really, but that's the reason it's not like a double A or an S. Like if it could get,
I'm
if it can even
so
get 5
frustrated.
reliably.
Here's the frustration with this matchup.
Yeah.
not only can you put your cards in your hand, I can't use Brainiac 3 or whatever the hell her name is.
Oh,
power.
Yeah, because what my attack is.
You have no characters that fire her power.
I don't know if I've ever seen her. So she is, when she's stunned by a character of lesser
She has low
cost-
defense. She's supposed to be stunned by a 2-drop.
Right.
She's supposed to hit like a truck, get stunned back, and make you lose a card.
Yeah, it's
and
awful.
It doesn't happen.
It is funny how little that happens. It's kind of the running gag, but you still got a fair amount of damage out
No,
of
she
her.
does. She was able to let me get way ahead in the
Yeah.
life gain.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was almost enough. I mean,
It was.
Life
It
totals
was.
were representative.
It was.
Especially because I can strip reinforcement.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting. It was an interesting game. It was interesting, and that's one of those like. Admittedly, though, my power somewhat counters yours. It also does eat into my potential with a character like Bastion. If I was not playing the Bastion one, it would be slightly even there. Like it is still a trade-off. You're not getting to do as much cool stuff, but you are also keeping me from doing cool stuff because the deck does depend upon that fuel. I did happen to get.
I mean, that's valuable too.
That's
why I
totally
enjoy it.
Totally. Well, and it forces difficult choices. There were some points in the midsection of the game that were very difficult choices, for sure. And there were a couple of times I was very careful about how and when I discarded to ensure that when I played my reconstructions, I got the full 3. And I was very conscious of that because there were a couple of times where I'm like, well, I could let that little one slide. It'll give him a slight edge. But I'm going to probably open with Reconstruction Protocol. So if I don't do it, it's actually a slight loss for me.
Right.
Because then I'm not getting quite maximum value out of it. So there were a couple of little
Interesting.
of times when I made that call. Because it is exactly 3, so I always want to get the 3, but I never want to leave extra in there. So it's you made me manage the numbers. You made me manage the numbers. I do think the last game was probably your best game tonight.
That's sad. All right, well, let's say goodnight to our viewers.
Yes. Well, thanks
who
for
may
hanging out.
already have passed out because I haven't said anything in an hour and a half.
Well, we're pretty compelling. They were just so
totally.
entranced in
It was an amazing
the
game.
whirlwind of
right.
games happening.
Well, thanks for sticking with us if you did, and thanks for watching us on YouTube if you didn't, and so forth and so on.
Have a
and
great weekend.
We'll see you.
and,
Actually, I should mention,
yeah.
I'm out next week.
Oh, okay.
So no stream next week. We will
Okay.
stream on May 26th, I think, is the next one.
Yeah, that seems like a date that has stuff.
We'll see you then.
Yeah. Good night.